Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram today. And in this part of the Cricket Happening Show, we are looking at the match which was a foregone conclusion as far as the first test match of the series was concerned between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Yes, it ended in a tame draw, which I will talk about. And then, and it also saw the record number of centuries being hit in a test match. Well, the record was jointly held by West Indies and South Africa. Well, this record now, Bangladesh also joined the fray here. Bangladesh and Sri Lanka actually joined the fray here by making 8 centuries in this particular test match. But Bangladesh would have been very, very proud of this test match. They would like to take it. They would like to keep it in memory for quite a long time, because a lot of positives came out of this particular match and lots of records were broken in Bangladesh test history. So a great show, Bangladesh. Keep it up. We want Bangladesh to become a very, very good test nation, because that is what has been a problem factor for Bangladesh, and it is very essential that they put their best foot forward, which they are already doing, and they really blossom into a very good test unit. So good luck to them. And the other thing that we'll look at is today the first day's play of the first test match is underway here between Zimbabwe and West Indies, and Zimbabwe were the ones who actually won the toss, and they currently are 91 for 2 after batting first. This is lunchtime. I'm giving you the lunchtime score right now. So Zimbabwe have gone to lunch at 91 for 2 after winning the toss and electing to bat against West Indies in the first test match. So first, what I'm going to talk about is the drawn first test match between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Well, Sri Lanka resumed at their overnight score with Dilshan and Sangakarra at the crease. Well, Sangakarra went on to make his second century. In fact, he had 2 centuries in this particular innings. He made 105 with 10 boundaries. Tilkatne Dilshan, he contributed 126 with 9 boundaries. So Dilshan also got one more century. Sangakarra got a century. And then the good thing about this was, even though there was not really much left in this, but it was a bit surprising to see Angelo Matthews, the captain, declare the innings close at 335 for 4 and set up a target of 268 in the final session, which was a bit surprising. I would have probably thought with this wicket Sri Lanka could have completely played it, but I was a bit surprised when the Sri Lankan captain Angelo Matthews applied the declaration, because one knew for a fact that Bangladesh wouldn't be able to definitely won't try to reach the target, which was a very, very high target, 268 in one session. Now, as I said, Vitanage actually played. Now, Vitanage, as you know, he made his test debut, but he never got an opportunity in the first innings. So what Angelo Matthews did is he actually got Vitanage to come in and bat. He promoted him in the batting order ahead of Lehiru Thirumanni and Chandimal. And that was a very good thing which was done by Angelo Matthews, just wanting to give the 10 batsmen a lot of confidence to go forward and do something, because he would have not got a better situation. And Vitanage definitely did well. He picked up his maiden 50 on his debut, which was good for him. And it was very well crafted 50. It was a pretty brisk stuff from Vitanage. As you know, Vitanage made a match. He made a century in the tour match against Bangladesh. So he just carried it forward, played some very good drives, played some good pull shots too, and he also hit one very, very good 6. And Vitanage contributed 59 of 70 balls with 7 fours and 1 6. So what was good, as I said, Angelo Matthews, the Sri Lankan captain, definitely understood that Vitanage needs to have a hit, and he knew that this is the right time for him to send Vitanage, and this is something which will increase the confidence of Vitanage, because he's playing his first test match, and he would be very happy to see that his captain had got the confidence in him and really sent him ahead of all the other main players, and really have him get a good hit as far as the second innings was concerned, and that was good on his part. And Vitanage responded beautifully with 59 of 70 balls, 7 fours and 1 6. In the end, Angelo Matthews, the captain, was not out on 38. He probably wanted to have a workout, so he came ahead and he contributed an unbeaten 38 of 49 balls of 1 4 and 2 sixes. and Tirimane was not out on 2, and Angelo Matthews, the captain, declaring the innings close at 335 for 4, thus setting 268 runs target, which was very impossible to get in a final session with only 2 hours of play and 20 mandatory overs. Now, bowling figures, well, I'm not going to go into, but only bowling figures that I will be talking about is the 3 wickets actually fell to Mahmudullah. All the wickets fell to Mahmudullah, because there were only 3 wickets which fell on the 5th and final day, and Mahmudullah, well, he got wickets with all with rank hops, in the sense long hop bowling was there. I mean, it was not a one wouldn't call that a wicket taking delivery, because whatever wickets he got, he just got it like a gift, I would say, because Mahmudullah bowled 20 overs, 170 runs and 3 wickets, so 335 for 4, and Bangladesh finished with 70 for 1 on the final day, with losing their wicket of Anamul Haq, who was cleaned up by Aranga. Shaminda Aranga actually clean bowled him for 1, and then Jarul Islam got an opportunity which he missed in the first innings, but in the second innings he buckled himself and tried to make full advantage of this very good pitch that they got, the batting pitch, and Jarul Islam contributed an unbeaten 41 with 5 fours and 1 6, and Mohammad Ashraful, the century maker, had an unbeaten 22 to his name with 1 4, 70 for 1, and that was it. The first test match between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka was drawn here at Galle, 70 for 1, and Kulashekara, 4 overs 1 maiden, none for 6 for him. Aranga, 3 overs 1 maiden, 1 for 10, the wicket taker. Herat bowled 4 overs for 15. Mendes, 7 overs, none for 23. Dilshan, 4 overs 1 maiden, none for 11. And one would have definitely expected that Mushfiqur Rahim, for being the first double centurion in Bangladesh Test history, the captain of the Bangladesh team, proudly walked away with the man of the match. So the first test is all over. Now we will be moving on to the second test match. I reckon it should be in a 4 days time probably. Yes, so that is coming up. Now the only thing that I would like to talk about on this YouTube show, as far as this Bangladesh-Sri Lanka match is concerned, is that Bangladesh are the ones who have gone with a lot of positivity. Sri Lanka would have been probably surprised by the way the Bangladesh batted. But one thing I can tell you, the second test match which is coming up in Colombo is not going to be such an easy batting pitch. There would be something in for the bowlers. So one has to now really see whether the Bangladesh bowling can really come to the party, like how the batting has come to the party. Now, as far as Bangladesh are concerned, as I said, there are a lot of positives. It was a test match that they would like to keep it permanently in their cupboard for sure, because first is they got their highest ever total in Bangladesh Test history, 638 all out. They had Mohammad Ashraful initially making the highest score by a Bangladeshi batsman in Test history, 190, but that was soon wiped off by the man of the match and the captain of the Bangladesh team, Mushfiqur Rahim, who always leads his troops well. It is his second year as a captain, and I think he's a wonderful captain, and he walked away with a double century, the first double centurion by a Bangladeshi in Bangladesh Test history, with a 200. Then Nasir Hussain got his maiden Test century. These are the positives that were coming out, and other than that, one could say that Bangladesh really looks to be a very good test match. But now if you see, there seems to be a bit of consistency in what Bangladesh is doing, because when West Indies came, they played well. They got 556. That was the first time they reached 556. This time they passed the 600 mark. They have lots of centuries coming in, like Nasir Hussain became maiden century. Abdul Hassan made a century against West Indies on his debut. So there are a lot of positives in the sense Mohammad Ashraful is hitting form at the right moment. And let us also credit Bangladesh for one thing, because there are two main batsmen who are missing in this, and still Bangladesh have managed to put 638. Just imagine when Tamim Iqbal returns in his full form and Shakib Al Hasan returns from injury, how the team will be strengthened. And not only that, we are also seeing some healthy competition now in the Bangladesh batting lineup, because Mominul Haq the other day on his debut played well, making 55 runs. So he would definitely be the ones who might be having to sit out because of Shakib Al Hasan or Tamim Iqbal coming into the game. Shakib Al Hasan anyway is not there in this particular tour, as you know, because of injury. So there are a lot of players. Anamul Haq looked good, but really couldn't go on. Jarul Islam did something good for him by making 41 in the second innings. Nasir Hussain is looking a very good test prospect. And well, what else for Bangladesh? As I said, Bangladesh would definitely like to keep this in memory for quite a long time, and one only hopes that this is a harbinger of big things to come for Bangladesh as far as Bangladesh Test cricket is concerned. Well, so now I'm moving away from here, and we are moving on to the first Test match which is being played here at the Kensington Oval, Bridgetown, Barbados. It's lunchtime right now on day one here at Bridgetown in Barbados, and Zimbabwe were the ones who won the toss, and the Zimbabwean captain Brendan Taylor elected to bat. Well, Zimbabwe went with Tendai Chatara actually making his debut. He's a tall bowler, so he made his Test debut, and the first wicket to go. In fact, Vusi Sibanda started off in very aggressive fashion, creaming 3 boundaries, but Kemar Roche was too good for him, as Vusi Sibanda was castled by Kemar Roche for 12, and that made the score 17 for 1. After that, Tino Mawoyo and Hamilton Masakadza slowly started steadying the innings, and they were doing it pretty well, and they had pushed on the score to 59 with Gabriel and Sammy bowling. But then Roche was brought on to his second spell, and he struck once again. In fact, 2 powerful strikes by Kemar Roche there, as Hamilton Masakadza was gone, caught by Samuels of the bowling of Kemar Roche for 17, 2 boundaries, and that made the score 59 for 2. The pitch, well, as you know, Bridgetown, Barbados, in the past we have seen that it was a pace bowler's paradise, where the West Indies bowlers were making hay while the sun shines. But I mean, the pace battery which was there, just imagine, in fact, any of the opposition teams in the days of Clive Lloyd, when he had the pace battering ram of Andy Roberts, Michael Holding, Joel Garner, Colin Croft, Malcolm Marshall, it was pretty difficult for all the batsmen, and it was a pace bowler's paradise. But now it doesn't seem so. The bounce has been a bit up and down for what one has seen, so Tino Mawoyo has buckled himself, has played some good strokes too, showed some good tight defense. He's on an unbeaten 45 with 7 boundaries. Brendan Taylor, the captain, was also looking good, not out on 12 with 1 boundary, as Zimbabwe went to lunch at 91 for 2 on the first day of the first day's play being played at the Kensington Oval, Bridgetown in Barbados. So just a cricket update. Bowling figures, Kemar Roche has taken all the wickets, both the wickets to fall. 9 overs, 2 minutes, 227 for him. Tino Best also bowled well, 5 overs, 2 minutes, none for 14. Shannon Gabriel getting an opportunity, 5 overs was a bit wavered, and he gave away 23 runs. Darren Sammy, the captain, as usual, economical, 7 overs, 3 minutes, none for 17. And Shane Shillingford, we just saw 1 over of spin coming in from Shane Shillingford, the off-spinner, coming back into this West Indian unit, and he bowled 1 over for 5 runs. One knows that in this first Test match we don't have Ramnesh Sarwan, but as Gibson, the coach, has already said, that there are other players who have been really doing well, so there's a lot of competition in West Indies cricket, and Ramnesh Sarwan, such a wonderful player, such a perfect Test match player, is out of this particular Test match. But all in all, as I said, I'm going to leave you with this cricket update from the Kensington Oval, Bridgetown, Barbados, where Zimbabwe are 91 for 2 at lunch on the first day. Well, as you know, that's it from your host Ram for today. As far as the Cricket Happening show is concerned, I'll be back tomorrow with a full match report, probably trying to give you a full day's report on the first day's play between Zimbabwe and West Indies, and then probably, if at all any other cricket happenings, any cricket happenings are there, I would cover that too. Well, dear fans, friends and subscribers, once again your host Ram would like to thank you, all dear friends and subscribers, for all the tremendous support that you have been giving me to this show, and really making this Cricket Happening show really go further and further. Thank you very much. This is your host Ram signing off for today. Thank you.